Hello and welcome back to HT Auto. I'm Shubhadeep, and just a few days back we had taken a first look at the Aster SUV. If you haven't yet checked out that video, please do so. But today, as you can clearly see behind me, we're at the Buddh International Circuit to test the performance credentials of the Aster. Space, features, safety highlights, and of course, how does this car perform when pushed to the metal? All of that in this review, so stay tuned. Aster is only available with petrol engine, but there are two options available. There is a 1.5 litre VTI engine, but the more powerful one is what we have today, the 220 turbo. Now, while we did focus on the exterior styling and the cabin features in our first impression videos, we would be getting into more in-depth details about that. But really, with the entire Buddh International Circuit yawning behind us, this review should ideally start with what the Aster is capable of when on the move. So, with the helmet by my side, it's time to get a move on. There are things you can best test on a track and some things you just cannot. So let's skip things like suspension and sharp cornering and jump straight to the transmission, acceleration and the likes. First up, the Aster's straight line precision is quite impressive and it holds itself regardless of speeds quite well. The speed build-up is linear and the response from the engine to the auto gear shifts are par for the course as well. And while braking could have done with a slight bit more clout, the Aster is also mighty steady at triple-digit speeds. Then again, of course, this is the best road condition that a car can have. Even when not really pushing the car, the Aster fared quite well with turns around the Buddh, helped of course by the customizable steering mode. I had dynamic on for most parts, which added heft to the wheel, but there is also a normal and a more nimble urban setup for regular and bumper-to-bumper traffic in the real-world conditions. So the track part of our review is done. Now it's time to put the SUV, this one, in focus for its other features. So I promised about the safety, the cabin and the features. It's time we delve into that. Aster is likely to set the benchmark for safety, and here is where the autonomous level 2 highlights are at. Lane functions, adaptive cruise control, forward collision prevention, speed assist system, and even rear drive assist, which warns of other vehicles in blind spot when reversing, are a great statement of intent. And here are the other safety highlights of the MG Aster. Aster is bigger in dimensions than some of its main rivals, but somehow looks more compact than its Korean counterparts. That said, it is a petrol version of the ZS EV, but with its own unique highlights, like for example, the Celestial grille at the front, the LED Hawkeye headlights, the stylish alloys, the LED tail lamps, and the dual exhaust design. Now step inside the Aster and it's perhaps got one of the better cabins in its segment. The premium quotient is right up there, thanks primarily to 3 color options in the cabin that you get. So you have the Sangria red in dual tone, you have the ivory white in dual tone, and an all black color theme as well. The quality of materials on the seats, the leather seats, are great. The stitching quality is fantastic here as well as on the dash. There is leather on the dash as well and soft touch materials here. You get hard plastics on the door, but well, overall it doesn't take away the sheen from the cabin of this vehicle. Now you also get a 10.1 inch HD display. I mentioned in my first impression video about how well placed this is. There is a little bit of glare, yes, but everything is very, very legible, as is on infotainment screens in MG cars. You also get an all-digital driver's display which puts out all the relevant information, but really it is the central infotainment system that's your headquarter for all the gadgetry, the gizmos. And speaking of gadgetry and gizmos, you also have someone here listening to everything I'm saying. Hello, Aster.
Hi, how can I help?
What is the weather like?
The weather on September the 28th in 2021. Phone.
So the Aster basically is an artificial intelligence unit. It functions something like an Amazon Alexa. You can give a whole lot of commands, right from sunroof to navigation to playing music, and of course this car comes connected with a whole lot of apps. It's compatible with Gaana and so on and so forth. And just so you don't run out of charge and forget your battery, there are 5 USB ports all around the car. You have a USB port even behind the rear view mirror right here so that the cables don't dangle. So there is clearly a lot of thought to the smallest of things in the Aster. Now, the back seat of the car, because obviously this car is also for the family person. So MG doesn't mess up the rear seats very often, and happy to report that they haven't in the Aster as well. There's a lot of knee room here. This seat is positioned to my driving style and it's quite far back, but the knee room is absolutely impressive. The space for my feet, again, great, so that's a thumbs up too. The seating posture is just right, the incline is just right, so whether you're out on short drives or those long journeys, you shouldn't really find that to be a bother. You also have a central armrest here for the rear passengers. It's got cup holders. There are AC vents here and 2 charging points. There are 5 charging points overall. I've already spoken about the quality of materials on the seats here. The cushioning is again great. The window size, of course, is pretty good too. I know you have the mammoth sunroof. It's called the panoramic sunroof, so that's great, but the size of the window is pretty great too. Now, what I don't like about this seat is the under thigh support, or the lack of it. I'm really getting absolutely no under thigh support, which is frankly very weird. That can be a factor on really long highway rides, but other than that, there is absolutely nothing that I can fault the rear seats of the Aster on. The boot of the Aster isn't the largest in its segment, and there is a large loading angle which may be a bother for heavy suitcases. Yes, the Aster looks very similar to the ZS EV. It has its own unique exterior highlights, but there are a whole lot of safety features and additional features as well, and MG is really underlining its tech auto credentials. Should Creta and Seltos be worried? Well, I'm not very sure, but yes, over at the VW camp and the Skoda camp, there would be some sleepless nights because the MG Aster clearly has the potential to carve out a really noticeable space for itself in the mid-size SUV segment. But most importantly, what do you think about the car? Do let us know. That's all that we have for you in this episode. Thank you so much for watching.